All right, so I think this is a great time to get started now. I know we have more community members that could be joining in, but of course, we're going to look at recording this as well. This was, just to share with all of you, this was more of an impromptu, spontaneous AMA that I wanted to run. As you all know, I've been recently appointed and have come back in this chief marketing officer role, but I wanted to make sure that I can get on a call with all of you and discuss a little bit more about what to expect moving forward with Taboo, especially coming up near the end of the 2023 year that we're in now and moving on to 2024. First thing that I will mention as well, I want to just express my extreme gratitude for the opportunity to be back with the Taboo community. Taboo is a company that I hold near and dear to my heart. And, as James can also attest to, we did make history and we did create some fantastic results in the past. Not to say that we aren't doing that now, but we are actually moving forward and towards a trajectory that I believe will help ensure that we become a top 100 crypto and eventually a top 10 cryptocurrency as well. So, first and foremost, I just want to express my gratitude for being here on this call. I know that I see many familiar faces that have been with us from the very, very beginning as well. And I do see some new faces as well. So that's really, really good. Before I move forward and before I get into a little bit more about, what to expect moving forward with Taboo, I just want everyone to just take a moment and reflect on just how far we've come. There was a time, and I remember there were many times in the past as well, where, James and the team and myself, we would set a vision, we would set an aim. I always say it never takes more energy to aim higher. If someone says, I want to hit 100 million market cap, or I want to hit this result, that becomes your ceiling because that's the top end of what you can hit and accomplish. But we've always strived to aim higher. So we were at a point in time very early on in Taboo where we said, we're going to get to a billion market cap. Did we hit a billion market cap? No, we actually hit 600 million. But now we're in a position where we're saying we're going to hit 5 billion market cap. We're going to be able to hit 10 billion market cap. So we're aiming higher. And I want to mention this strategic partnership that we have developed with this investment firm and organization. They believe that we will get to a price point of at least $1. So I want that to sink in for all of you right now. See, the way that we actually went ahead and designed this partnership was on behalf of our community, and we did it in the best interest of the token, Taboo token as well. So just by that $2 million capital injection alone will surpass our previous all-time high at this moment in time with that kind of capital injection. So bear that in mind and just remember that we're here and we mean serious business. When we say that we are going to become a top 10 cryptocurrency in the future, we mean it. When we say that we are going to be listing on top 10 exchanges, we mean it. I mean, we're in a position now where we have so many exchanges that want to list with us that we are now in a power position, being able to decide, as James had mentioned before in the chat yesterday as well, which exchange is the most suitable for us that will bring the most benefit to the company and to our investors and community as a whole. So there is a lot of that that's happening in the background. This strategic partnership as well, they have made a commitment to help us get listed on some of the top exchanges. I can't name the names right now, but that is a commitment that they're making as well. We do have, and we have had an updated white paper. We have had an updated roadmap as well. We have just released our press release campaign. We've had our Taboo calendars that are now out for pre-order as well. The Taboo magazine is now in the works as well. And if you look even within the roadmap itself, you can see that while it is ambitious, and it is an extremely ambitious roadmap, we are committed to ensuring that we deliver on these promises. So what that means is, moving forward, we want to make sure that we're always being transparent with the community at all times. We want to make sure that when we say we're going to do something, we will do it, which we have done in the past, but I am reiterating now on this as well. We have always said from the very beginning, transparency is the name of the game. We will always be transparent with all of you at all times. For example, with the marketplace that is scheduled for release, at the moment it is looking like it's going to be okay for release at the end of this quarter, but I am personally making a decision, and I've spoken to James on this, where if we need to push it back a little bit more for some important changes that I would like to see in it, we will do that. And that's not by very much or a very long time. It is just a strategic decision that we're making as well. So with that being said, there will be an announcement made around that very soon as well. And once we get clarity on whether we're going to pull the trigger to release the marketplace, the phase one version of our marketplace at the end of this month, I will make sure we let you know so that the community is well informed on this as well. So, moving forward, I want to talk a little bit more about, the future of Taboo and how Taboo is uniquely positioned as well in this space. So, one thing that we've always had in our minds and something that we've talked about from the very beginning, from the early days, we always said, James and I, we said, listen, if we can break that barrier for the non-crypto minded investors and help develop and create a platform that allows them to easily understand crypto, purchase cryptocurrency, own it, hold it, and spend it within our ecosystem, this will be a game changer for mass adoption. So you will see within the roadmap, there is an element and there is a theme in place of what we call gamification. And that starts from the very beginning and the very first point when somebody is just coming onto our website or our marketplace and allowing them to have the tools to be able to own Taboo with on-ramp and off-ramp solutions, to be able to then be incentivized to hold Taboo, to even set up crypto wallets, to actually end up staking. And we're even taking it a step further if you look on the roadmap as well with this unique creator staking rewards program where our models and their fans, once they come onto our platforms, they can share in staking rewards. This is another example of gamification. We're even taking that a step further when it comes to, even on the model side, we're even going to be creating a tiering system for our models to incentivize them to continue to keep promoting us and to target their fan base as well. We have in our roadmap as well, we have talked about the metaverse. We do actually have a functioning metaverse in the background, and we will be creating a user academy within that where we are going to be having educational walkthroughs for people who want to get involved with crypto as well. So we're doing that on that side. But of course, on the other side, yes, we have the crypto-minded individuals. We have the traditional crypto marketing that we are the best in the business on. That doesn't stop. That doesn't change. That's something we're moving full throttle on at all times. See, it's the combination of the efforts on what we're doing day in and day out that has created the domino effect for our previous historical results that we had. There was a time when, if you all remember, within about a month, we shot up to around 600 million market cap. Question for you all, was that by luck or by fluke? No, that was an accumulation of good habits, good decisions, and doing the right thing day in and day out to ensure that we are uniquely positioned to create our own luck and be able to generate those results. But the big thing that I need you all to remember right now is this. Taboo has already stood the first test of time. Over 99% of altcoins have failed and ceased to exist from the last bear market. And we had 5 black swan events as well within it. 99% of altcoins have disappeared. They have failed. They have been unable to function. They run out of marketing spend. They were unable to get enough investor interest to stay with the project. They have team members leaving. Their ideas are so great, but their execution is poor as well. There's even just the element of bad luck and maybe them not having the right business model and the right plan, or being in the right industry with the right leadership and the right individuals that can carry those visions forward. Well, we have all of that. We do have the right team in place. We are in the right industry. We're in the adult industry where we know sex sells. We know that. We know that fantasy sells. We have a unique business model. We have the best marketing team in the business. I mean, think about it this way. You can have $1 billion idea, but if people aren't going to be able to learn and understand what that golden nugget idea is, then you're never going to get results. But we have plans in place all along the way to ensure that we are going to continue to grow, that we are going to continue to scale, but we're going to be doing it in a way that's sustainable. So some of you might be thinking now, well, this $2 million strategic, you know, investment that we have decided to have bought on the open market, how quickly is it going to come in? How fast are we going to raise our price? Well, I mean, what we're doing is we're doing it in such a way that we are going to ensure we will get to our previous all-time high, but it's going to be done in a way that's going to ensure maximum impact along with all of our other marketing, all of our other strategies. And again, like we said, it'll be done over the span of a few or several months, but it's not going to be done all at once. That is not a smart move, because if we rise too sharply, we can be met with an equal and opposite downturn. So this is all being done for the community, but it should signal to all of you just how powerful and strong the TABOO brand is. For us to be able to say, we don't need your money directly, we need you to buy onto the open market to be able to partner with us, says it all. So that announcement that we made was probably one of the biggest announcements that we've ever had in TABOO's history as well. So moving forward, I want to talk a little bit more just about, you know, I think the big thing is here, and this was really for me just to get on a call with all of you. I spoke to James. I said this was going to be more of a casual, kind of impromptu, spontaneous AMA. I introducing myself again to all of you as well, talking a little bit more about the road and the game plan ahead for all of us. And as sharing a couple of updates. So we will have a formal TABOO talks with other team members in place as well. James will be there. There'll be a few other team members in place. That'll be in early January. So just want to make that clear. A few touch points now that I want to talk to you about with regards to the TABOO calendars. They are in the pre-order phase right now, as we said. And delivery for that will be expected to be coming soon, so that our holders that have bought, and especially our tier 4 holders that will get them free of charge, will be able to receive them in due course, in due time as well. A few other points that I want to share as well. One of the big things that I want to start doing for the community, just like in the old days, is creating more community engagement. So we used to, rally together as a community and retweet, like, and comment on various posts, and be able to help bring some organic grassroots exposure to the project. I want to make sure that we continue to have that in place together moving forward as well, and making sure that that's in place too. But the big thing is, I think some of the big notable points. The first one is obviously that strategic partnership that's here and in play, which again, we're going to be getting to our previous all-time high just from that injection alone. Our marketplace is right around the corner, right? But I am going to have a fair warning for all of you that, considering our history and in the past where we did our very first marketplace that we launched, it didn't launch the way we wanted a few years back. We are aware of that. The good news is we've been around for a few years now. We have quite a lot of data points to reflect on to see what worked, what didn't. So what that means is, if we feel that we are not wanting to release it right at the end of Q3, we are not going to do that. We are not going to rush it just for the sake of hitting a deadline and then have problems come up, because we want to make sure we're doing it right the first time and getting it right all along the way. So this is just something I want to share there. I know many of you are excited for the marketplace to be launched. It will be getting launched, but it'll be getting launched in about 3 different phases. So we're going to have a phase 1, a phase 2, and then we're going to have a phase 3 as well, right? So that's something I wanted to make very clear, especially since we're approaching near the end of Q3 as well. Besides that, some of the few other points that I wanted to talk about here as well is, I actually want to hammer home on this extremely important point because I think it's something that gets overlooked as well. See, Taboo itself, when I say we made history, what I mean is we hit nearly top 100 on coin market cap rankings globally. Okay. Now, we've proven ourselves already. And we are in a position right now where we have shown so much explosive potential. I promise you, with every big piece of news that we release, we create explosions because the entire world has seen what we've done and they want to get in on the action. That's the element of FOMO that I'm talking about as well, right? And so we have not only proven ourselves, but we're a more well-oiled machine now. Because back then we did it with no working product. We had 600 million market cap without a working product. Now we have products in place. We have an expanded team. We have pushed through the first resistance point of a new crypto or a new company that has not built public trust and validity yet. Well, we've built that already. We now have so many different VC groups and all these investment groups that find our business model and plan so attractive they want to get in on it. We're in such a good position now. And I believe that what will happen is on our inevitable rise up, we're going to stay there. So once we hit the 600 million market cap, we're going to stay there. Once we hit the billions, we are going to stay there. So this is what I believe now. So this is really all of you here on this call. Just remember, you're a part of Taboo 2.0, right? We're in an evolutionary stage now, and you're all a part of it. And I'm nothing but proud to be involved again and be a part of this. But I will tell you that given some of the events that have happened in the past, I know during the progress of Taboo, sometimes things were delayed. Some launches didn't go the way as planned. We understand that, but we have always delivered on our promises at the end. No matter how smooth or rough that was, we have always delivered. But James and I and the rest of the team are making a promise to all of you that we will ensure that we're going to continue to deliver on our promises, and we are managing the company in a much more professional manner. Not that we didn't before, but it's even more so now because we've been around for so long that we believe that we've always said that we run this like a real business. Well, it's a much bigger business now than it was a year or 2 years ago, is what I'm saying there. So besides that, I think what I'd like to do is just open up the floor to some questions. If anyone has any questions, especially around the roadmap, because we will be releasing more information around the roadmap and different elements of it as and when those timeframes come leading up to those events, where you see where they're placed on the various quarters on the upcoming roadmap. That's what we'll be sharing more of that. But if anyone has any questions right now, feel free to share. Again, this is more of a casual AMA session that we wanted to run to piggyback off of my recent appointment. I did want to get on a call. I love getting on these AMAs as well, say a few words, share my perspective as well, and just to reassure all of you that the team is not only laser focused and determined, but we feel that we're destined to get to the billions of market cap and hit top 10. Like, it's destiny at this point, and we're now in a position where our minds are set on the fact that this is going to become a legacy brand that will stand the test of time. So I think that to us is powerful because we know it's going to happen. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. And we're very happy to have the community, which is really the bedrock of what has made Taboo so special and grand today, to have you all there with us on this journey. There will be some turbulence along the way, but eventually, just like a plane taking off, we'll get to a point where we are going to be aerodynamic as well. So we're the guidance system. All you need to do is continue to continue to love Taboo, continue to be positive spirits in the main chat, and positive spirits for yourselves too, because you know what? We're all in this together. This is what I love about community building, and I love about what this space is doing is, so many different people from different walks of life and backgrounds come together. We have shared a common vision and aim, and we're all here to make money together. And that's great. We'll keep making money together, but put your emotions outside of Taboo. Don't worry too much about the charts. As I've always said in the past, remember to take the long game and the long approach with Taboo, because while we are still an early cap play with high growth potential, we are not a high risk play. That's something I want to really hammer home as well. So, besides that, I'd love to answer some questions from anyone in the community right now. If anyone has any questions.
Yeah, hi, it's Thomas. Welcome back, and yeah, greetings from Austria. A short question in regard of the taboo punks. Can you give us some hints in regard of the strategy? What role they are gonna play in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Taboo Punks was we can look at the Taboo Punks. It was a subsidiary. You could call it secondary pilot branch project within our overall company as well, which was wildly successful. I know we made tremendous sales with the Taboo Punks. Many holders also own many Taboo Punks as well. We are not ignoring the Taboo Punks at all right now. The utilities that are in place for the Taboo Punks are still the utilities that are in place for the Taboo Punks. We've just recognized and identified that the NFT market itself is a little bit slower at the moment. And so what we're doing is we are just making sure that when our metaverse comes out, we are going to ensure that the Taboo Punks utilities will come to life. So as we are working to release and launch our Tabooverse, the Taboo Punks utilities will become more of a reality. Does that make sense? So we're not ignoring the Taboo Punks whatsoever. It is still an important part of our project, but we also are prioritizing other aspects of Taboo, such as the marketplace, such as fiat on ramping and off ramping as well, and some other kinds of, I would say, more urgent, I would say, matters at the time. So again, so there's something that James and I have spoken about extensively. What we're planning to do, and if you can see in the roadmap as well, we have additional Taboo Punks utilities that are coming in later quarters of 2024, as well as interoperability of our punks, which is really, really fascinating as well. And we are planning ahead on strategic marketing for the Taboo Punks in 2024. So this is all being pre-planned as well. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, great, thanks.
So anyone else have any other questions at the moment here? I'd love to answer more questions. Just, you ask questions and my energy remains high and my energy stays higher for the long term. So I just want you to know the more questions you ask, the better for me, the better for Taboo, the better for everyone else. Because if someone is asking a question, chances are someone else wants that question answered too. So you're also doing a good service for another community member as well.
Okay, since it's so quiet here, I had a second question now. In regard of marketing, there is still a YouTube channel where the AMAs get uploaded. Are there any plans like podcasts and with live video, like we see a couple Joe
Sorry, it cut out
in
there at
plan?
the end. It cut out there at the end. So what did you mention at the end there?
Ah, okay. Are there plans like podcasts which are published on YouTube, for example, with models in regard of marketing?
Oh yeah, so we used to in the past we actually would have guest model speakers that would get on the call. Chloe Terry has been on calls before in the past. We do upload our AMAs. I will decide whether I upload this one or not because this was more of a casual sort of impromptu AMA as I mentioned. So that'll be on our YouTube channel. But but we do have plans to definitely, I mean, the Taboo Talks itself, when we labeled it Taboo Talks for our team calls that we have with our community, think of that as a starting point for some future podcasts that we have in mind, because we do want to create that kind of dialogue, especially the fact that our project name is called Taboo, and we're promoting taboo desires, and we believe that this is a form of empowerment, especially for our creators as well, and we want to make sure that the messaging is right there. So to answer your question, yes, even before, when I was on the earlier stages of Taboo, I was really hard set on creating a podcast in exactly the manner that you mentioned. So there is plans on this. Again, it's all about timing, Tom. It's just about when is the right time to pull the trigger on some of these things.
Okay, great. Yeah, I can imagine a lot of things to do right now.
Yeah, but I think the big thing is, of course, and the thing that James and I, are always focused on first, everything that we do, every decision we make, every action we take, every move we make or don't make, it's all done for the betterment of the Taboo token itself, our price, our market cap, and ensuring that we have growth. So this is something that we're always keeping in mind first. Every decision we make is we have to ask ourselves, is this what's best for the token? Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, great. Very, very good question, by the way. Any other questions here as well? Oh, I think Avi Omar said, what about a new site? Okay, great. That's actually a good question too, because I did mention about the marketplace and the fact that it's on the roadmap. It says it's scheduled for release at the end of this month. We're working tirelessly with the devs on this as well. I will say this though, Avi, to answer your question. So we are having an updated website. I mean, the website being updated is inherently an update for the fact our marketplace is being updated, because our marketplace is going to be our website. But the big thing that we've been trying to get right on the updated marketplace is creating this fine balance between having the marketplace look and feel like a traditional Web 2 environment to help with the mass onboarding that we're looking for, but still being very clever and putting in the crypto elements as well. So you're going to notice on the updated marketplace, which also has an updated UI and UX. It's a brand new website within it. You're going to see sort of how we're trying to position the Taboo brand for some of our collective bigger goals for mass adoption. But the site is coming. Our phase one is at near completion. We're pretty much in the testing phases right now of that. But because I came in, as you all know from the recent Medium article announcement of me being onboarded, I was actually working in the background in the last few months as well. So I wasn't officially onboarded, so to speak. But because I came in, obviously I came in with some of my ideas and some of how I wanted the marketplace to look, function, and feel. So I'd be completely candid with all of you. There's been changes that I wanted to make that I believe is in the best interest of just on the crypto side of what Taboo's doing as well. So I think that fresh perspective is also helpful. But I think also that if we are going to decide not to release it by the end of this month, you will be getting a full report, transparent report from us as to the reasons why and as to when to expect it to be released. And of course, it won't be much of a time frame difference from the end of this month versus first week or second week of January. But that just might be the time that we need, and it's going to be a decision that I'm going to make. So I just want to be very clear so people don't feel that we're missing deadlines. It's not about that. It's about getting the right product out that we feel should be out. That's also a very good question as well. So I mean, we have, you know, so how much people work on Taboo? We do have quite a lot of people that work on Taboo. I mean, we have a big development team. We have our CEO. We have me as CMO. We have a COO. We have our model brand ambassador Chloe Terre. We have a CTO as well. You know, you can see that on the updated white paper as well. You know, we do have strategic partners now. I mean, you know, this strategic partnership that we just came in on the $2 million injection, it comes with a whole host of consultants, advisors, data analysts, you know, people that have extensive networks and can help us get listed on some of the top exchanges, even though we could list on them ourselves. Just having that added support and guidance is also very useful. So we do have, you know, well-oiled machine in terms of the team, and you know, we do make expansions as and where as and when we see fit, as well. So I hope that answers your question there, Avi, in terms of how many people are working on Taboo. Like we do have probably an extensive team, and we have moderator teams, we have, you know, community manager as well. We have the right people in place right now, and we will add more when those positions are needed if we feel they need to be filled. So good question. And as for where the company is working, well, you know, it's a global company, right? You know, we have, you know, people are working from different parts of the world together since it's a digital platform that we have. So there isn't one select area, place, or country where the company is working, but obviously, you know, the marketplace is incorporated. You know, that's all been done. So this is all very. So in terms of those backbones, it's all already there in place. I think that might have been what you were trying to allude to there. So good question. Any other questions right now? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're always open to different suggestions, comments, and feedback as well. So if you ever have any suggestions, feel free to share them with some of our moderators. You know, Rich in the main chat, Brew, if you any WK, and you know, we'll be happy to keep your suggestions in mind. Since again, this is a community-run company just as much as it is a business-led company. So keep firing away with the questions. Like I said, you know, the more questions you ask, the better for you, the better for Taboo, the better for everyone else that is probably thinking it as well, and would love to have that question answered. Yeah, great question, Bruce. So, you know, we do have, you know, we have our next Mansion event that's scheduled, should be quarter 3 of next year. Obviously, we'll unveil more information and details when we have clarified that. I will speak to James in particular as to where he has in mind. So I don't want to give away which country and location yet without knowing the full details, but just know that it's going to be even bigger, grander, and a much more, I would say, in terms of the brand itself and how we're going to be going about positioning it, setting it up for the kind of mass global exposure that we're looking for. It's going to be different playing field compared to our first one, because you know the first one was, in a way, it was like our trial run. Actually, everything about Taboo was a bit of a trial run over the last few years, and this is something you all should understand right now. We're not navigating uncharted territories. We're not navigating chartered territories, because we have built in a bull market and in a bear market. So we have wisdom, insight, knowledge, and millions of dollars of spend to know what works and what doesn't, to know how to grow the price, to know how to deal with this, how to deal with that, you know, to leverage off of our existing foundations, to improve on it. It's like right now we've built a house, and we're now building out our land to build a mansion. You know, like we're literally we are navigating chartered territories. So you need to all remember that this is a team that that you can feel safe with your investments. You know, like not only have they been around since we've been around for this many years, but we know the game, and we know the game really, really well. These are all fantastic questions, by the way. So maybe I can take a couple of more. Yeah, so you know, as you know, there have been some massive buys that have come in lately. So in terms of the new investors with our strategic $2 million capital injection partnership that we have done, which again was done purely in mind for the community and the Taboo token itself as well. You know, just that injection alone is going to bring us past our previous all-time high of 600 million market cap. They've already started to accumulate. And again, this is going to be happening over the span of several months. And you would have already noticed some of these massive purchases and buys that have come in. There was a $30,000 buy that happened yesterday as well. So as for a top 10 exchange, you know, I will say that we have actually so many exchanges that want to list with us. As I said earlier, we are in a position right now where we have the privilege to choose which exchange we feel will benefit us the most. But yes, James mentioned yesterday that there is a top 10 exchange that is ready, and you know, in my mind right now, I don't see why that's not going to happen. I believe that there is going to be a top 10 exchange that is coming. So brace yourselves for that as well. Actually, brace yourselves for a whole host of exchanges that'll be coming 2024 onwards as well. And again, you know, we're not here to list on any exchange. We're here to list on the best of the best.
Hello.
Hello.
I just need to ask that as I've seen on your Twitter that $2 million in the funding round. Okay.
Mhm.
So may I know that who are the partners investing in your projects? Did you
Yeah,
reveal the name?
yeah, you know, so this is what one thing you need to remember as well. So with how traditional businesses work, you know, not all investment groups want their names publicized, and not all companies want to publicize it themselves. We will release the names if we feel it is best for Taboo to do so. Um, that is something that you know, you'll just have to, I suppose, accept, because you know, I think that there's it runs a little bit deeper than just mentioning a name of the investment group. You know, there's you know, so you know, we will release the name if we do feel that it's in the best interest of Taboo to release it, and of course, if they are themselves happy to have it released as well. So.
Okay, that's really interesting. Okay, maybe know the date, means when you are going to that invest, or any specific date for that?
So they've already started. You know, there's already been some big buys that have happened already. If you've seen, there was a $30,000 buy that was yesterday. There's been big buys that have been happening over the last since the announcement was made. Now, you know, remember one thing too. You know, this is I be completely candid right now. You know, we don't want to be raising the price so fast all at once for the price to drop down super quickly and to, and I hate to say, to create exit liquidity for other people. In fact, we're happy to keep having our price keep going up, and the injections are going to keep coming. And if the weak hands want to sell, feel free to sell, because you're going to be buying back at a higher price anyways, right? So we're here to create sustainable parabolic growth. Does that make sense? So it's not in our best interest, or even in your best interest, to have this injection of capital happen all at once. Believe me that.
Okay, that's great. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'll leave the floor open to maybe we'll do one or two more questions if anyone else has any other questions that comes to their mind, and then we can maybe we can wrap it up from there.
If I ask means how you will attract means buyers, more buyers. As I can see in your charts, there are very less buyer than a sellers. Okay, if I go through the 6 hour charts or 24-hour chart, okay, so the buyer volume is very less than the seller's volume. Why?
Okay, well, first of all, I would urge you to take a look at our 30-day and a 90-day chart, and even our yearly growth. And we're up quite a lot overall, which means that our buy pressure has been significantly higher than our sell pressure. Now there's always going to be periods of consolidation. There's always going to be periods of people selling off. Sometimes we have short-term traders that come in and they sell off on when news gets made. They buy the rumor, sell the news. We're fine with that because that does create volume for the token as well. There's always going to be people that want to buy in at a certain price point and they're waiting for the right time to buy, meaning they need to buy on dips. If a project continues to keep going up, I, the psychology behind that is a person who wants to invest would be potentially scared because they say, because you want to have dips to invite new buyers, shake out people that aren't there for the long term. It's this cycle of buying and selling with consistent more buy pressure than sell pressure that grows a company's overall valuation. And now we're sitting at nearly 30 million market cap as a result of this. So sure, maybe we have a little bit less buy volume at this very moment today, but that doesn't mean it's going to be the same case tomorrow. That doesn't mean in the beginning of January when James and I, when we unveil the next top 10 exchange, we're not going to get an injection of high buy pressure, right? So I would urge you not to take a look at the short-term fluctuations of the project. I would urge you to take a look at the fundamentals of the token itself and some of the longer-term charts, as well as affirm in your mind all the price impacting causes and actions that the team is taking that should give you some comfort in knowing that you're in the right place with your investment.
Okay. Any plan to moving to the another chain like BRC20 or
Absolutely.
A-
Take a look at the roadmap. You'll see that cross chain is part of the is part of our
BRC20?
plan. Yeah,
Okay, as BRC20 coins are already on trend, so it will be a really great choice, I guess, for the type of family.
absolutely. We're well aware of that. And again, it's all about creating accessibility, more accessibility to purchase Taboo. So it does make sense to go cross chain to target an entire new audience of users as well. So that's, if you look on the roadmap, you'll see in one of our quarters, cross chain is there. We intentionally put that much further ahead because but with the plan that we're going to do that sooner. Does that make sense? So the roadmap, you'll want you all to know with the roadmap. When I say it's ambitious, it's twofold. Meaning, you will see at times you will see that we will hit certain roadmap objectives sooner than anticipated, and other times maybe some of them might not be hit at exactly the time frame that we're setting, and that's just because of the fact that of the versatility of Taboo and the fact that any company, we have to adapt to the changing environments at the time. And the crypto space moves very quickly. So we have to be ready for that. So there's going to be times when certain roadmap objectives don't take priority. This is just the way it is. And this is just the way that we've always operated. And I think that that's something just I want to hammer home for everybody.
Okay, great. Thank you, Majid. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. I think I'll leave the floor open maybe just for one more minute for one more question, and then if there is no question over the next moment, then we can wrap up.
Okay, okay. Do we have any limit to ask the question? Because I think I have asked more questions to
No.
you.
Actually, feel free to ask. Actually, if you have some more questions, ask away because like I said, there's going to be other people that would want to know the answer. So go for it.
Okay. As you made the announcement earlier, 2 million funding. So I was really waiting for this AMA to ask the question and clear my doubts. Okay. So really, thank you. Thank you so much. My doubts are all cleared. Okay now.
Perfect. Perfect. Do you have any other questions right now that you want to ask?
No, 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 Majid. Thank you for that.
Okay. Okay. No problem. Good. I'll leave the floor open for just, maybe we'll take one more question. And I will mention to all of you too that in the beginning of January we will have a more formal TABOO talks with again more of the core team members as well. Just as a reminder, this was a more of a casual AMA when I'm very happy that
Any
I was able to run it.
any upgrade on January? Or
Sorry, what was that?
any upgrade on January means what do you think? Or adding many more team members in January?
No. Just we will do another AMA in January with more team members present, since it's just myself on this call is what I meant.
Okay, okay, great, great. See you next time then. Sure.
Perfect. Good. I think this will be a good time to conclude the call. I will mention again just a few touch points again. That $2 million capital injection is already happening. It's already in place. That means that we're going to be seeing consistent buy pressure and consistent raise in the token price as well. And again, that injection alone is going to get us to above our previous all-time high of 600 million just from that alone. So this was a very, very big and bullish announcement for us. James did confirm a top 10 exchange to come in January. As of right now, that is in place at the moment too. Marketplace release is right around the corner. Our calendars are now out for pre-order as well. And again, I urge you all to take a look at the roadmap in detail so that you can all see what the trajectory is moving forward for TABOO. But I tell you all one thing, right? TABOO is going to hit top 10 crypto one day. We have a plan that spans beyond all of your comprehensions, and we are dedicated and committed and focused to that. And all the fundamentals are in place. And a team has proven themselves time and time again. But we've also learned from our past mistakes as well. So moving forward, the way we're managing TABOO and the way we are presenting TABOO, it is an evolved version, and we are going to make sure that we continue to deliver on our promises, do good for you and by you, and help make sure that TABOO becomes that legacy brand that does stand the test of time. Other than that, I'm so proud and grateful to be able to be back involved with this project that I do treat like family as well. I was. Many of you don't know the amount of blood, sweat, and tears that James and I at some points on TABOO. Sometimes it was just us two. It was us against the world at times in the past, and we went through so many challenges, so many tribulations, so many small victories, big victories together, and I'm just proud to be back and excited to continue to make a positive difference for TABOO and for all of you as well. So thanks again, everyone, for having me on the call. I look forward to chatting with you all again soon.
Thank you, Majid. Great. It's really interesting AMA to join the. Okay.
Great. Thanks, everyone.